I think Julian Castro nails it. I think we need to really re examine how Democrats are going to run in 2024. There are many there are many red flags that are out there, including, again, I don't want to put too much onto what occurred in the CNN quote unquote town hall, but I think it's as Jen Psaki said, it is a wake up call because it shows that the thug in chief of past still has the ability to lie and lie and lie in such a manner that, again, some people say, well, maybe it's a percentage of what he's saying is true. And just maybe the lies about him and the economy and being successful, just maybe it's correct because a lot of people are not like those who follow politics every day. They're not into knowing it all. They're not into knowing exactly what policy Biden did versus what policy Donald Trump did, etc., and what Biden had to come and clean up. They don't understand that. And given that our media already is so poor, given that both parties are poor at educating their folks, I'm sorry. It's a show game right now. And if it just turns out to be a show game, Donald Trump, with all his flaws, with all the hatred towards him, has the possibility of being president again. I said this in 2016 when everybody thought Hillary Clinton had it locked up. And I'm saying it today again. The warning flags are coming earlier this time around. I hope they heed it. Listen to what Julian Castro had to say, and then we'll take it on the other side.
What's your level of confidence that if Donald Trump is the nominee, Joe Biden can beat him?
Well, I mean, I can tell you this, like a lot of people, if the choice is between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, I would vote for Joe Biden 1,000 times if I could. I think that he has been and would be a much better president than Donald Trump. What we saw last night was the same Donald Trump that was bad for this country for the 4 years he was there, and would be even worse if he came back. But I also am not as confident as a lot of people in Washington and the Democratic establishment seem to be that Joe Biden is going to do well against Donald Trump. It is a little bit concerning. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worrisome when you have a president that does have a record on the economy and other things that folks can be proud of, that he can be proud of. And yet you have him polling either right about tied in the margin of error with Trump or behind Trump in the ABC News Washington Post poll a few days ago. And that's related to concerns that Democrats and some independents have with the president, and something that his team has been unable to actually assuage the fears and the doubts that Democrats have. You cannot ignore the fact that more than half of Democrats in several polls over the last year have said that they wanted somebody other than Joe Biden to run. And right now, I think that the Democratic establishment is sort of trying to wipe that away, just sweep that under the rug. I'll give you a good example of that. The DNC, have a lot of respect for them, like a lot of the people there, but them deciding that there will be no primary, no debate. I think they actually need to give Joe Biden a chance to get out there and to show the American people what he can do, that he can run that campaign and, beat whoever runs in the primary, whoever those opponents are, even if it's just RFK Jr. and Marianne Williamson. I don't think that they want to wait until the fall of 2024 to have those debates.
As I said before, the warning flags are here early that if a change in direction has to be made, that one can be made. But we better not put our heads in the sand. We better not try to fool ourselves or will ourselves into a belief that isn't justified by what the masses are actually telling us. We better listen and we better watch carefully. Because if somehow this guy was to get back in, our stature around the world ends. Because once again, people can say we made a mistake the first time around when we elected not just a fascist, but somebody who is incompetent. But if we do it again, it means that America, the people of America, not understand how to elect someone who can actually lead them correctly. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.